What's crazy to me is that they sell Baja Blast, like the drinks you typically get at Taco Bell, just everywhere now. And yeah, this is our drink for the night. I'm not even a big fan of Baja Blast, but this is pretty chill. Anyway, yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Gaming Trouge here, and yeah, we're doing another tier list video. The reception to the last one was actually pretty good, all things considered. I mean, I know it's my smaller channel, and I'm just trying to get that up and running, but I want to do more of these tier videos because I have fun making them. And today we got a bit of a different one here, because I love Disney TVA. I love Disney Channel original shows. I love all that. And for this one in particular, it's going to be mostly animated. I actually don't think there's any live actions on here. So this is all animated, and we're going to be ranking them for you guys. So if you guys enjoy these types of stuff, you guys already know what to do. And let's get going here. Alright, we got a fancy transition too this time. So today we got the Disney Channel television tier list. So we have a bunch of different shows. The categories are must watch, great, it's good, it's okay, and can't stand. So this is just every type of show under just the Disney brand. Some of these shows released in Disney Junior, some of these did Disney Channel, and some of them are Disney XD, but all of them are kind of still similar together. And I do also have the don't know slash haven't seen, just because I currently haven't watched everything that. Oh, I full screened the one thing. I full screened my OBS. What in the world? All right, so right here, there we go. I wanted to full screen this just so we can get the full picture going. And we're going to kind of get rid of some of the ones I haven't fully watched yet, which is a lot of stuff from the 90s. So the Aladdin show, this show. I can never think of this show. I've seen a lot of people talk about this character, and he looks pretty cool. This show, I haven't watched Gremlins, The Adventures of Timon and Pumbaa. I have seen people talk about that one, but I haven't seen it. I can't even read all that text. I have no idea. Mighty Ducks, Doug. I haven't watched Doug, and a lot of people are probably going to get upset at me about that. Jungle Clubs, Weezoys. I have Nightmare Ed. I have no idea what the show is. The 101 Dalmatians show, Paperman. I haven't seen that show. Little Lloyd in Space. Haven't watched that show. Haven't watched this show. There's so many shows I just haven't watched on Disney Channel, despite me just binging this channel for like a decade. I love Disney Channel stuff, but apparently I don't watch all the classics like Paperman. Paper Ann, excuse me, Paper Ann. But let's get with some of the stuff that I have seen. We're going to start with the peak of cinema. We're going to start with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. This show started right when I was probably like 8 or 9. At least that's why I remember watching it for the first time. It's a good children's TV show. I'll rewatch, and me personally, I don't think it's obviously, I don't know exactly how to rank any of these two, because like obviously like I have the rankings in front of me, but obviously this target demographic, I mean, it still goes on. I mean, there's still like kids that watch this show to this day, so I feel like it has a good shelf life. It has a good messages for kids to keep like going on with their life. And that's actually pretty cool. It gives us some of the best memes in the Disney community. I was about to say Nintendo community. 40-inch strip there. But anyway, I'm gonna put this into it's good. I think it's genuinely good for what it is. Obviously, there's gonna be some shows that are gonna be above it. But as a generalization of Disney, it's a good Disney kids show. Now, let me go see here. Yeah, why not? Let's start with a was probably needs no introduction. The Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb. That came out when I was probably like I said, 6, 7, 8, or 9, around there. And it was a fun show. It was something completely different from Disney. The pacing was super fast. It was super funny. The characters are super likable. Might have had a small crush on Candace as a kid, but you didn't hear that from me. That's false information. But I actually really did enjoy Phineas and Ferb as a whole. It was a fun show to pop on. It was kind of that like go-to comfort food that just feels super good. It was the never-ending summer as the summer days just kept going. It will like fast forward to like Christmas during like the Christmas episodes, but then it's like right back into summer vacation. And it was a nice escape for me, especially for like all my daily struggles. Even when I was like a preteen going into a teenager, this show, even today, this show still is great. I love Phineas and Ferb. I think it is the must-watch on Disney Channel. But Watch Disney show, in my opinion, is one of the timeless classics that will probably go down in history as one of the best television has to offer. It's got references in other media, it has video game adaptations that are really freaking good. Like, if you guys have not played the DS Phineas and Ferb games, like, you're missing out on peak. But, yeah, let's get to some other ones. Let's get to an obscure one. Recess. I have not watched all of Recess since I was probably like 5, maybe 6. It was such a weird show. This show was so weird. Like, the animation style was a little weird to me. I didn't necessarily have the greatest memories with it. Like, it's not that it was a bad show, far from it. But it's just like, every time I went to like a family's house, a family friend's house, or a family relative's house, it always played it on. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. And I would just go back and play on my Game Boy. But when it was on, I did enjoy what I liked. And so I think for what I remember, I will say it's probably good. I'll probably put that, yeah, I'll put that above Big East Clubhouse. I feel like that's understandable, respectable. Buzz Lightyear Star Command, with the Buzz Lightyear Star Command movie. Do they have both of them in here? It doesn't look like it. So, I want to package the movie in with this, because I remember the movie more than I remember the actual show. Really good, voice performance by, I think it was, like, the guy who plays, the guy who plays Kronk is Buzz Lightyear, and he actually does a really darn good job, portraying Buzz Lightyear. I know that whenever Lightyear came out, a lot of people looked back at the movie and show as a tie-in. And it's a really good show. I feel like it has that like 90s Disney flair to it that definitely was all the rage, especially at that point in time. And it kind of has like a nice sense of wonder going back into it. And another thing, bringing back Lightyear, the fact that people didn't get too offended when obviously Tim Allen didn't reprise the role in Adventures of Buzz Lightyear, but it wasn't that jarring compared to when Chris Evans was taking the lead, and it just felt like they were just trying to reboot the Buzz Lightyear like series and introduce time travel. That movie is so broken. I said in my Pixar video that it was basically, the plot was built off of graham crackers. That is the best way to describe freaking the Buzz Lightyear Star Command. But, Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear Star Command, on the other hand, I'll give it a great. I think that was a great show. I don't remember much of it, but from what I remember, it's a great show. PB&J Ardor, I don't remember. This is a name that really brings me back. Holy cow. I'm gonna say it's okay. I don't think it was anything bad. I think it was just like generic kids show stuff. I don't remember jack squat about it though, but I do remember watching it. I've seen this show before. That name rings all the bells. The Hercules show, I haven't fully watched. I have watched Seamus Gordman talk about both this and the Aladdin show, but I haven't personally seen it, so technically through their channel I have seen it, but not actually. Crack Pack. I'm starting with the sequel series to DuckTales before I actually get into my DuckTales love, because I have a lot of love for DuckTales. Crack Pack, I've seen a couple episodes of Crack Pack as I was in my big hyperfixation with DuckTales. And then for those that have been around the channel since like late 2019, early 2020, you definitely can tell on this channel I was obsessed with that show a little too much. But I did very much enjoy DuckTales 2017, and it made me go back retroactively to the original series, because at that point in time Disney Plus was this breath of fresh air, because I can actually watch all the stuff I want to watch. It was great. It still is great. I think, with all the freaking, like, obviously them having, what is it, not, Hulu a part of, like, the subscription, like, that is a little weird, and it does fall off a little bit of the feng shui. It's definitely weird seeing Naruto and DuckTales together. Like, that's just, it feels like I'm in a different timeline. It's not by experience. But, watching Quack Pack, it was a really fun show. I think it's on the same level, I think we're going to get to it later. It's on the same level as, something like, Goof Troop, which is just like, it takes these legacy IP characters and just kind of like modernizes them, quotation marks, obviously it was the 90s, and I think it does a really good job with it, and that goes into the great tier, oh, the good tier, excuse me. Haven't seen this. I think it's called like Smart Talk or something like that. I have not watched it. House of Mouse. This is a much watch. I'll put that behind Phineas because it's easier to watch Phineas than House of Mouse. But don't let that take away from House of Mouse is a gold mine. A lot of fantastic and classic cartoons getting basically re-shown off with animated segments in between everything. The best one, in my personal opinion, mostly because it's the only one I've owned, but it still captures that same spirit, is the Halloween House of Villains. Great Halloween watch. I watch that legit every year. It's one of my favorite Halloween specials that Disney has ever done in the Disney Channel branch. It's up there with some of the great Halloween specials of Disney Channel. But for me, personally, it's just that entire show, it got me to respect a lot of classical Disney. The jokes were super funny, and just the animation style in between, like, the shorts. I couldn't tell a complete, like, difference. It was also a giant crossover between Disney IPs. You got to see Beauty and the Beast talk to Jasmine and Aladdin, and it's like this big, like, love layer to Disney at the time, and I think they did a fantastic job with it. I look back on my memories watching this show fondly. I couldn't think of the right word for that for a second. But also, I had to wake up super early to even catch any of this stuff, because some of the shows you don't see. I haven't watched this show yet. I think that's the Gummy Bears. I haven't watched it. Kim Possible. This goes straight up into great. Kim Possible is a great show. One of the, if not the greatest show of the 2000s in terms of its action, its story, its comedy. The theme song is just a bop. It's one of the greatest shows on that on Disney Channel from the 2000s, because it just had kind of everything I was looking for. It had the fun action, it had funny characters, it had two villains that were very intimidating, and it's just a good time sitting back and rewatching it. I actually rewatched all of this late 2021 going into 2022, and I fell back in love with it. The characters are amazing. The crossover episodes were beautiful, and it's probably, again, one of the greatest shows of that time. Definitely looking back at it, if a newer audience member tries to watch this show, I will still feel like they will get, like, enjoyment out of it, but probably not as big of enjoyment as, like, I did growing up with it. And that's chill. I mean, obviously, with time and age and everything, people are going to have different types of taste and whatnot. But I personally think that Kim Possible is one of the greatest Disney Channel shows out there. And so we move. The Lilo and Stitch, the series. This is what we're talking about. I put this above Kim Possible for me, mostly because, again, similar to Phineas and Ferb and House of Mouse, I have so much memories with the Lilo and Stitch show. It was genuinely my Pokemon for a while there, and I know that that's like kind of the sentiment online, is that a lot of people compare it. Oh, I just kicked my thing. I apologize. A lot of people compare the Lilo and Stitch to Pokemon because it was like, oh, every new episode there's a new experiment that's on the loose, and we have to go catch it and find its place in the world. And all these different creatures kind of looked interesting. They didn't want very much like humanoid other than like 625, which was like the beta Stitch, and he just makes sandwiches. Like, he's like, there's so much good vibes with Lilo and Stitch as a brand. Obviously, with the announcement of the live action adaptation, I am hoping and praying that they get people that actually know what they're doing to do it. from the announcement that got announced at D23, the CGI looked really good in my opinion. I personally think it looks really good. I've seen so many people like, oh my gosh, what did they do? But I think for what they are doing, which I know it's a bad idea, but they're going to put through with it, I think it's not that bad. I think that it's pretty good, all things considered. But if all else fails, we still have a legacy of great movies and a TV show to boot. I've not seen this show. What in the world is this show? Why can I never remember the show's name? This show, I can remember its characters. I can remember its premise. I can't remember the show's name. I'm blanking on its title, but I was like, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, I think it's what it's called. I can't remember this show in good faith, so I can't rank it high. I mean, I guess I could definitely say the same thing about like the Rugrats. Oh, not Rugrats. God, what? Whoa, my gosh. The Recess and stuff like that, but I think I'll go put it above PJ Order just because it was a good show. It was an okay show. I feel like it was super fun, it was super cartoony, it was super zany, but I can't remember anything of it. I can't, in good faith, put it higher because I can't tell you it's good or not. But I can tell you it's good. American Dragon Zuko from Avatar The Last Airbender. And I actually just realized this like 3 years ago that they both share an actor. And so it's very hilarious to me. I think that American Dragon, Jake Long is probably up there as one of the greatest. I think I'll put that above Buzz Lightyear. Very fun show, very fun characters. The premise was very interesting that he was able to kind of like turn into a dragon. This was at the time when I was really getting into cameo Elements of Power on the 360. That game, you have a premise of transforming into these different types of creatures. And I love that about Jake Long, as well as I think what was the other Ben 10. Ben 10 with the watch. I don't know why I do that. Anytime I bring up Ben 10, I'm like, Ben 10. But Ben 10 is also, from what I've seen, a very good show in its own right. But I think American Dragon scratched that Ben 10 itch a little too much for me. I don't remember this show. What in the world is this? What else we got? I'm kind of going through. Special Agent Oso. Goes in the can't stand. I got sick of that pretty quickly. I enjoyed it when I was a kid, and then like I look back at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, these voices. Same kind of goes with my friends Tigger and Pooh. What was the other show that I feel like I'll go into the can't stand? I haven't seen there's a Little Mermaid show. What in the world are these shows? You know, I'll put the Loud Green in there, or the Big Green. I forgot how you say this show. I really don't like this show. Actually, you know what? I'll put that above Oso. Because, like, at least with Oso, I feel like you have the excuse of, oh, it's a kid's show. This just seems like very much kid-friendly version of The Simpsons. And I have to give it, like, another watch. Because from what I've seen, I have seen a couple episodes. It's very not my style. It's not my vibe. It doesn't belong on Disney Channel. Let me see here. I'm trying to get some of the newer end stuff. Oh, how about this? Milo Murphy's Law. I don't know why I was struggling so much on that name. Milo Murphy's Law is a sequel series to Phineas and Ferb, and it got like mixed to like somewhat good, somewhat bad reviews depending on who you ask. I personally really like the show. I like the fact that they got Weird Al Yankovic as a main character. I think the premise fits his vibe super well. I like the callbacks to Phineas and Ferb. I like the story that they were leaving into. It's a very wacky and fun show similar to Phineas. I think I'll put that in the top of great tier. I think it's a very good show. Oh, very great show, I guess I should say. Because I realize some of these are synonyms, so I might be saying something different when I put it in there. But definitely, it's a great show. I highly recommend you guys go give that a look. The Emperor's New School. It was okay. That's when I actually remember, and it's okay. I think it has the same vibes as the movies, Emperor's New Groove and Croc's New Groove, but it's very much a kids show, and we watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is definitely like a kids show, and like that's fine, like obviously different demographic and everything, but I enjoyed it as a kid. And it doesn't end up being in the can't stand because I can still enjoy it if my like siblings are like, hey, let's watch this. I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm glad you're finding something interesting from my childhood that's actually pretty good, all things considered. But then we got why don't we go to Tailspin? I have seen Tailspin, and I also think it's okay. A lot of people say it's like one of the best shows out of the Disney what was it called? The, oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember the subtitle for it. I'm going to put it up right here so that you guys can remember what I'm talking about. Disney Afternoon, that's what it was. And so, a lot of people say Tailspin is one of the best shows out of that era. I don't think so. I really like it. I like taking Baloo from the Jungle Book and, like, kind of, like, turning him into a different character a little bit. Like, Jungle Book itself is a good movie, and I like that movie, like, quite a bit. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely up there as a good movie. But as for Tailspin, I think that it's a good evolution of his character, and kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a soft reboot of his character, kind of throw him into a full anthropomorphic world, and so, yeah. Alright, let's see here, we got... Let me go see here. I haven't watched the Mickey Speedway. What is this? Did they take a game? Did they take the N64 game? I'm trying to full screen this real quick. I want to see this. Mickey's Roadster Racers. What in the world is this? Someone in chat, please tell me what this is, because like holy cow, I do not remember that at all. Like that's after my time, way after my time. Like there was a 64 game of a similar name to that I heard was pretty good. I haven't played it myself, but Shorty Shorts. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. That looks familiar, but I don't remember. Let me see here. Let's get I don't know, Pickle and Peanut? I don't know what any of these are. What in the world was these shows? Let me see here. Have not seen that show. Haven't seen that show. I'm just going to finish off the ones I haven't seen, just so we can actually talk about the stuff I have seen. So let me go. Boom, boom, boom. 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 And I think, let me see, I haven't watched that. Alright, I think we got all the things I haven't seen yet, so I think we have stuff I have seen, because these all look familiar to me. So why don't we start with the Proud Family as kind of a bounce back to something I know. Proud Family is really good. I think it's top of the good tier. It's very much just a fun group of characters, nice urban area. I don't remember every episode to death. I have rewatched it whenever I rewatch stuff like Lilo and Stitch and Kim Possible. But Proud Family was always that, like, I always saw those characters in the crossover episodes, because, yeah, there was, Kim Possible, Lilo and Stitch, the Proud Family, Jake, American Dragon, all of them always crossed over. I say always, but they crossed over a lot, and some of the crossover episodes are legendary, mostly revolving around Lilo and Stitch, because that was my favorite show at that point. Definitely a lot of the crossovers from that show, I loved seeing characters like Kim Possible and Lilo and Stitch and Jake just kind of all together in this like nice like melting pot of like characters, and just the entire premise behind a lot of the shows kind of all connect. Proud Family was the weird stuff, like the kind of like the weird crossover. That's the wacky crossover, because Proud Family is very much spaced out in like a normal like normal, like, I think it was like suburban area. And like, it's a very much like a fun show to put on. And I believe I recognize one of the actors. I'll put the actor here in case I get it wrong. But I'm pretty sure he played the father, and I'm pretty sure that father also plays Donkey. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they share the same voice actor. If they don't, I'm sorry. I genuinely forgot. It has been a while since I've rewatched Proud Family, but I do think it's a good show. I do think that obviously the reboot has helped it kind of stay relevant in modern times. And I hope that the reboot's good. I haven't actually seen it, but judging by the other reboots, I'm pretty sure we're in good hands because Disney TVA knows how to do reboots. So, alright, the replacements. It was okay. Replacements had this weird premise of like, oh, we could just replace our parents and they could just do whatever the heck we want them to. I can never. I don't know the premise of that show well enough to be like, okay, this is good. I think it was similar to like how Phineas and Ferb was, where it was just like the same thing every episode, kind of. But it was very much, I didn't really vibe with it too much. I think it's a little bit too much, because like, yeah, that childish desire of, oh, I wish my parents did X or whatever, X or Y, like, that's kind of cool. But, like, I never really vibed with it too much, mostly because I never really had a problem with, my parents like that. But, yeah, I guess it's just different shows for different folks. So, yeah, I think it's okay. Sophia the Forest. Okay, so get this, chat. So, there is a Disney Junior show that has a plot. And it's a good plot. It is a good plot. This goes like, right next to, Mickey's Clubhouse, because it's a kid's show with a plot, and it actually has character development, and characters start to grow, and, like, especially with, like, a lot of shows, especially, like, little kids shows, it's the same rigmarole, like, every time. There's not really much a character arc, there's not very much of a overarching story that one character has to go through. I'm not saying that every character has to necessarily go through, like, anime levels of character growth or anything. Far from it. There's, like, shows that can definitely very much do, like, that same rigmarole every episode. And, like, Phineas and Ferb is the top of my list. It's very much the same thing every episode. Yes, they grow from it a little bit, but the general premise is the same. But as for Sophia the Forest, it's a TV show that's targeted towards young girls, and it's very much a full story. I was taken aback. So, we have the first movie on DVD, and I guess that was like a pilot. It's a good movie. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it's a good series. I never thought in my life I would be saying that, but it's genuinely a good show for the younger demographic, and I think it does what it needs to. So that's fun. Kick Buttowski. I think it goes right in between these two right there. Kick Buttowski was pretty good from what I remembered. It was similar to Phineas and Ferb, where it would have a lot of jokes kind of just was like super funny with me. I am a giant fan of skateboarding, and when I saw that there was a kid on a skateboard, I'm like, cool. So that is the premise to that. I don't remember anything else besides of it, other than I really love the animation. I think it's super expressive. I think character looks really nice, and that's all I remember with it. So that it goes into the good tier. Fish Hooks. I rewatched Fish Hooks. This is like the top. Oh wait, I got Darkwing Duck. Fish Hooks is good tier. It's at the top of good tier. I love Fish Hooks. It's high school premise most of the time. Most of the episodes was very much the same thing. But like these fish go into high school, but they're actually in the aquarium. And it's a little wacky show. It also has the same actor that voiced Morty in it, which is hilarious. Especially with, you know, hindsight and everything. It's probably one of, if not, again, a good show. A great show. I can't English right now. I be tired. Yeah, at the time of recording this chat, I just literally, like, got over an illness. And now I'm drinking freaking Baja Blast to stay awake. There we go. Alright. I actually really like the bottles of Baja Blast. They're weird. But anyway, so we have, I don't know why my eyes started watering. What in the world? Alright. So, Darkwing Duck. I'm avoiding DuckTales and DuckTales 2017 until we get to those two as the last ones, because I have a lot to say about those. Darkwing Duck as a show, this one goes above Buzz Lightyear. It's really good. The premise was a little bit darker, a little bit different than your typical Disney cartoon. I mean, he's smoking right there in the picture. Like, he's hardcore. And, the Let's Get Dangerous, like, whoo, so good. So good. And, so great, I guess, the animation for the time was super good. I love the voice acting, giving it their all, and I love the Villains of the Week story. It was just a good vibe. It was my Batman, if you will, and I haven't grown up with DC, at, like, all. Like, I think I said it on a couple streams that I didn't really have, like, the same connection to DC as I did with anything else. So the stuff I have seen was a little on the wackier side of DC, but for Darkwing Duck, I did see Darkwing Duck on Disney Plus and definitely enjoyed it there. So, The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. This is the TV version. I don't think I've seen anything of the TV version, so I have nothing to say there. What else do we got here? Goof Troop. Goof Troop, boom, up there as one of the greatest of the Disney afternoon. Definitely super great. That theme song hits so hard. And, yeah, I'm a giant sucker for Goofy. I love Goofy. I love Max. I love the, Goofy movie as a movie. If you guys have seen me and Sandra's commentary track on the movie, you guys probably already know. I love that movie so much. It's one of my favorite movies. And Goof Troop was on that disc that I had growing up with it. I had an episode of Goof Troop on it, and it's still one of my favorite episodes of the show. Even after rewatching the full season, I actually really love that episode so much. So, yeah, good show all together. Really good, really great. Jake and the Neverland Pirates, I can't freaking stand. It's just, it always felt so childish to me, even as a kid. But I think around the time it started really popping off, I was starting to grow out of, like, Disney Junior stuff as a whole. So, I know it's probably not the best comparison, but, yeah. The Lion Guard. I did hear good things about this one. Still haven't seen. I thought I put that up. But, I have seen, like, talk online, similar to, Sophia, that it's a show that actually has lore and characters to it. so it's again the same thing with Sophia, where they'll just put in story to it and like characters grow and stuff, which is nice. I do like that. Definitely good on them. Let me see here. The Big Hero 6 show, I'm gonna put it in okay. It wasn't anything terribly crazy. I've watched a couple of episodes of it. It was very much like, it should have came out near the time of the movie. I'm glad that these characters have a second life through the show. From the episodes I have seen, it was okay. Nothing terribly crazy. Nothing terribly fun. It was just kind of okay. It's a good show. It's an okay show. It's an okay show. Okay, now we're getting some of the heavier headers here. Let me see if we have any leaker links, which I don't think we do. Disney's Mickey Mouse. This instantly is, this goes, I'd put it above Goof Troop. It's really freaking good. I think that the, 2013 Mickey Mouse and just the Mickey Mouse shorts that came from that animation studio, they are unhinged and funny and just super, like, expressive. Actually, I think I even have a game based kind of off of this vibe called Disney Island Illusion. Very much a fun art style and a fun game altogether, and I have had plans to stream this at some point. I just keep forgetting to, like, stream it. It's been a game that I've been wanting to talk about either in a video or on a stream. Maybe a bit of both, who knows? I'm kind of debating video topics on the main page at the moment just because I don't want to do another character analysis until October, but I digress. So, yes, Mickey Mouse, the new Mickey Mouse stuff. I don't know what the internet calls it. I call it Mickey Mouse 2013 because that's when it fully dropped. Really good stuff. Alright, now we're at the heavy hitters. Star versus the Forces of Evil. It was good. It was really freaking good. Theme song was super cool. Had a lot of fun characters. The latter seasons kind of fell off a little bit, but I do think overall it was a good ending. I do think that some decisions could have been fixed and should have been fixed, but at the end, I think it was a good show for the channel, and especially the fourth season being one of the greatest season finales that the Disney TVA has, even though we're going to be seeing a lot of good season finales as we keep going on. DuckTales and DuckTales 2017. Let me just talk about these real quick. I know I wanted to save these for the end, but I don't even care. These two shows need to be talked about. DuckTales Original goes to the top of great, and DuckTales 2017 goes to the top of must watch, because holy cow, DuckTales 2017 is a good narrative. I love this show. This show is amazing. Character writing, peak. Animation, peak. The music, peak. I always say characters, great. Just the overall plot of each season being a perspective of a triplet. Freaking fantastic. And I wish it didn't get cut off with season 3, because then we could have gotten a full arc of Webby knowing about all the stuff that happened at the end of season 3. Alright, Owl House fans, I completely get your show getting, like, completely messed up. But this was the first experience I've had with the Disney legit doing this because of COVID restrictions, which I don't buy for a second. It was definitely because there was a same-sex couple in one of the scenes. And what they didn't even say anything. They didn't even say anything. They had zero dialogue the entire episode, but it was just implied. Like, jeez Louise. But anyways, great show, great theme song, great characters, great animation, great music. I just love this freaking show. You guys have to watch DuckTales 2017. It's fantastic. Now, going into the original, it's still really, really good. I have the whole complete collector's edition for, I say collector's edition, the complete box set for DuckTales, the original series. And it is one of the greatest shows of all time. It's similar to, like, Phineas and Ferb, and like I said, the other shows on this list that have, like, that same rigmarole every time. And this time it's, like, kind of like an Indiana Jones type of adventure going on, like, different types of adventures with Scrooge McDuck and the kids. I do think the characterizations of the triplets and Webby is a little on the childish side in hindsight, which that's fine. That was just kind of the era of how to white kids at that point, and it's completely fine. It's not like they're super annoying or anything like that, but compared to 2017, giving each of the triplets, like, personalities and separating them helps those characters grow as characters. It is super well made. Both shows are well made in my opinion, but DuckTales just hits it that much harder in my opinion. Tron Uprising, the Noah show. I'm going to put that next to... Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to put this like that. Like that. Wait. There we go. Messed up. I'm going to do that. That's going to look weird, but yeah. Because it's like 2000s and then like 2010s to back to 2000s. But Tron Uprising, I have rewatched the fourth season. And I think it's the only season to my knowledge, but it's been a second. Tron Uprising is really freaking good. It's the Avatar: The Last Airbender of the Disney TVA branch, because it's so narratively good, the animation's really good, the story is really good, and the tie-ins that it has to the other Tron media, fantastic. Yeah, it's just a really great show. I can't really describe much more of it, but it's a really great show. Visually stunning, in my opinion. As well as the story being actually well good. Now we get to a modern day legend. Gravity Falls. This goes into the top of the much-watched list. I think I'll put that behind Phineas, but above House of Mouse. I think Gravity Falls set the standard for what Disney Channel TVA can really do when it has great leadership, when it has great talent, when it has just a dedicated fan base that can do crazy things like deciphering codes, like even going out into the real world finding codes and stuff like that, to more episodes. It very much kind of reminds me of the I Love Bees campaign from Halo 2, where it was just like a phenomenon that you just had to be there for. And definitely looking back, getting into the show a little bit later in my life, I wasn't there for those moments, but I was there for some of the greatest moments of television, because I did end up watching all these episodes. And every episode of Gravity Falls has surpassed the test of time. They are rewatchable. They are quotable to this very day. Character arcs that are super amazing, voice performances that are beautiful, and a soundtrack that is a mix of horror and like nice like camp vibes. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime show, and I'm glad that I was there to at least witness it a little post-tense, because I wasn't there when it was like airing all the time. I did end up having to wait until it came to streaming in order for me to fully watch it. But I think I watched all the episodes through Hulu, so it was like right before Disney Plus was like the big thing to watch all these Disney content. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, I'm putting that into... Put that right next to good old Goof Troop and Darkwing Duck. Fantastic show. Premises is really good. To be completely honest, I think after I watched the live-action Chip 'n Dale, which is a really good movie in its own way, I'm a giant sucker for that. Definitely, it's a bunch of, like, it was when that crossover train, I felt like, was, like, going pretty fast with a bunch of crossovers just happening. It's probably one of my favorite, like, live-action animated hybrids. Very well made, in my opinion. A lot of care for a lot of the products that they've shown in there, and I had great fun with it. I think it was a really fun movie. The Tangled show, I think it's good. I think that tops out the good tier. The Tangled show. I think, kind of, 2D animated style, as opposed to the movie's 3D animated style, it was a very weird decision for me, because I'm like, isn't this show supposed to be 3D? Like, that's kind of a little weird, like, you know, pop off. And they made it work in 2D just as well as they did with 3D, spanning on Rapunzel and Flynn's stories. And it's just a good time. It's a really good time. Definitely animation's on point. A lot of the musical numbers are just super well made. And again, a fantastic show. Now, we have reached the peak. We have reached the peak, as Luffy once said. We have the Owl House, and we have Amphibia. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I know both of these shows' endings because of All Mine. I haven't personally experienced the finales of each of these shows yet. I'm working on it, especially Owl House. There was so many people I followed that have loved the Owl House to death. It's one of their favorite shows. I get it. I personally haven't finished it, so I can't rank it definitively at the top. However, I've watched the first 2 seasons, and I'm on season 3. I know what's going to happen. I think Owl House is toe-to-toe with Phineas and Ferb, and Amphibia is at the top of the great tier list. I think I can definitively say that these 2 shows are some of Disney TVA's best work. Especially, like, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this, I'm going to do it like that. There we go. I'm feeling very generous tonight. So, yes. So, Owl House has a crazy development history with Dana Terrace working tooth and nail to try to get this project in. Basically fighting off a bunch of Disney executives, and just trying to get their story out there into the world, getting a representation in there, getting a good narrative in there that anyone can connect with, the stories and characters themselves and the arcs that they go through. One of the best shows. I don't want to say anything about it other than it's one of the best shows, and you guys should definitely watch it. Amphibia is also on that list, in my opinion. I very much enjoy Amphibia. I enjoy the voice acting. I enjoy the characters. I enjoy the world of Amphibia. It's definitely a different vibe, a different isekai vibe from Our House, and it was the first show out of these lists that, well, I guess other than DuckTales 2017, but out of every show on this list, when a character died, it was heart-stopping. I didn't know how to feel. I legitimately dropped my Xbox controller in pure shock that they went that far. And the animation that played afterwards, beautiful. Beautiful. Nothing but beauty. One of the best shows out there. And I could say the same thing, double so, with Our House, with DuckTales. Heck, even Phase of Form had some really good moments. Gravity Falls. All these shows at the top are must-watch. If you are thinking that Disney is just nothing but Disney Junior and Disney and little kid shows, watch the stuff from the good and the much-watched tier. Because these shows all together, from the good tier to the must-watch tier, are some of television's best work, in my opinion. There are some of the companies' like best foot forward to tell engaging stories that are not too scary or too different from like any other like movie that's out there. They tell good stories, they tell good character morals, lessons, and everything like that. It's just all Disney, and this is why I feel like Disney is at their purest form, is allowing people to express of who they are and why they love doing what they're doing, and it's just a beautiful sight to see when everything comes together. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll throw up my my full list on screen so you guys can see it, and yeah, that will do it. That will do it. That is the tier list video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I am planning on doing a little bit more of this, like I said, in the future. I do have plans for other videos that are not tier list exclusives, but I thought I will go and do this on a whim. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy some of the wackiness that came from this. If you guys have a favorite Disney Channel show, please say it down below in the description. Oh, not in the description, in the comments. What in the world? How are you guys going to access my descriptions? What are you doing over there? But yeah, this has been very fun. It's been fun going down memory lane. It's been fun talking with you guys. And it's just been a good vibe. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night or day. And as always, keep gaming.